I have ADHD, and so in this sense, my mind is more chaotic than the average person. And the point is, most ADHD people don't need more motivation or any more discipline, they need more clarity. And I think this not only comes down to ADHD people, I think everyone in this entire world should or continuously improve their clarity. And writing is the single greatest skill to enhance your clarity. Whether you have ADHD or you don't, it doesn't matter at all. With writing, I got over the grief after my dad passed away. I was able to reorganize my ADHD brain. I built an audience of over 10,000 people on Threads in just 5 months. I enter a daily state of flow with writing. I improved my articulation talking to a camera because before that it was really shit. And sixth, the biggest one of all, I discovered my purpose. Writing is the most valuable skill you can learn because it not only reflects your mind and everything you have in your life, it also improves your emotional intelligence. And the biggest problem ADHD people have is that their mind automatically creates more entropy than the average person. When I look back to my startup, which I started when I was 21 and I'm now 26, we've generated 300,000 our first year of doing business. But me as a co-founder and entrepreneur, the problem I have encountered is that my two co-founders were pretty easily to stay focused at whatever time they have. Is it morning, midday or evening to some extent? And also they didn't really have the problem of prioritization. I never really knew what is important or the most important right now. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're an ADHD entrepreneur and struggle with your productivity, your focus, your ADHD, your organization in mind or business, click the first link in the description. Or if you're interested, I write 2 weekly newsletters every Wednesday and every Saturday about ADHD, about mind, about psychology, about business, all of that. Second link down in the description. And yeah, let's continue the video. And a couple of years later, actually 12 months ago, October 2024, Dan Ko published his software named Cortex. And I was not only a big fan of Dan Ko already, the software really makes it enjoyable to write because there was a second brain and you could link between different nodes. You could have tags. You could include Readwise Reader into it, and then you can connect to Readwise Reader and read your highlights and then implement it into writing, and everything kind of felt super engaging and gamified. And I was like, wow, writing is actually a lot of fun, especially if it's creative writing and you don't need to write for any specific structure or things you totally bored at school or university. So writing became this daily practice and habit I deeply enjoy, and I enjoyed it even more than gaming. As you can tell, I kind of like this gaming stuff, so I always have been a gamer in some sense, and I enjoyed the art of gaming. But the thing is, I realized with writing, I kind of prefer to create software, create products, create a business, build a PC, build a gaming room, create something for myself. I don't really enjoy the consumption. I was a huge fan of Minecraft when I was younger. I think there was no game I played more than Minecraft. And then later a bit of Call of Duty, and then The Witcher was probably my favorite game of all time. But the thing is, in Minecraft, it wasn't really that I liked to play. I enjoyed building and creating. And this actually led me to this journey of being a creator, creating content online with YouTube videos. And then I discovered that writing helps me with articulation and talking better into the camera. So writing became this thing since I'm doing over a year now, every single morning for 2 hours before I do any other thing. I don't go out for a walk. I don't talk to anyone. I don't do anything before I didn't write for 1 or 2 hours. Mostly it is 2 hours. So back in 2023, which actually was the 16th of December 2023, so it was kind of nearly 2024, my dad passed away. And since that time, I was just actually starting to build this new business, this content creation journey, right? So I was kind of starting to do some reels, posting on Instagram, starting some YouTube videos or trying to do some videos. But it never really worked. And after my dad passed away, I kind of fell in this rock bottom, in this slop, and I was just playing video games. I was trying to work between 2 to 4 hours because when I was drinking coffee, kind of it kind of blocks, coffee blocks emotions. So it means you can focus and kind of like everything gets away in this moment. But the problem is after the coffee kind of like went off and the stimulation didn't really occur anymore, I couldn't drink more coffee because coffee doesn't act anymore. Like you can't drink too much coffee. You need a break and you need 10 hours before sleeping to not have it inside of your body anymore. So after 6 months, I just played video games. I didn't really have much purpose in life. I kind of really felt shit. I mean, sure, like when your dad passes away, I don't think you feel great for the next couple of months or maybe 1 or 2 years. And the thing is, when I started writing 10 months later, so in October 2024, I still had this grief and this loss of my dad, and I still kind of felt really kind of unhappy. Summer helped a bit with the sun and everything. Only with starting writing, actually, I really could reorganize my mind, especially with ADHD, reorganize or kind of like heal my brain. First of all, heal my brain from ADHD, like in some way heal, which also restructures my brain, and also heal from the loss and the grief I actually had in my life from my dad and all of the problems I actually had mentally. So not only the mental struggles were solved, and also the way of purpose and motivation and satisfaction and happiness in life were solved because I put my thoughts onto paper. And then what I did is I shared it in the newsletter, even though no one followed me for the first 8 months. No one followed me. Like it was just 200 people from a few good YouTube videos, which kind of got a few thousand views. And the Notion one was 20K. And yeah, just only 200 people were reading until the moment when I started posting on Threads, and just in 5 months I hit the 10,000 people, and then yeah, now I have over 1,600 readers in my newsletters. Everything with the healing from my brain, with the grief, with the loss of my dad, with no purpose in life, was not really understanding me as a man and masculinity, and like what is masculinity and not toxic masculinity. Which also the book, The Way of the Superior Man, helped me greatly in this sense. But like only when I put the reading onto writing and kind of like practice it and put it into a project every single week as a weekly newsletter, kind of like a diary for yourself, that was really the moment where writing helped and really changed my brain, my life, and actually also my happiness and how I actually discovered purpose. It took me 25 years to realize that writing is the one thing, in my perspective, every ADHD person or every person in this entire world needs. I know it sounds super arrogant to say that everyone needs to write every single morning, but there are so many people I know, and how many people are talking about how much their life changed when they started daily writing or daily journaling or anything where you put your thoughts onto a piece of paper, and not in terms of scientific writing, creative writing and brain dumping. The one single thing I want to give you after the end of this video is start to write in the morning. Just wake up an hour earlier, don't make any excuses, make yourself a cup of coffee, take a notebook, get a sip of coffee and start writing for an hour. Just brain dump your thoughts, whatever you have. Is it negative emotions? Is it positive emotions? Is it business ideas? Is it content ideas? Is it like talking about your wife, about your kids, how they play around in the garden? Just write it down and look how your mind, how your brain, and how your business and life is changing because of the daily practice of the mastery of writing. Both links, first of all, the one-on-one coaching for ADHD entrepreneurs is linked down below. And second of all, if you want to join my weekly newsletters or the weekly newsletters, second link in the description. See you guys in my next video.